pan. Hi, Kathy. I'm using a coated cast iron pan from Stove, which is not Stop, which is how I've been pronouncing it for a decade. It's Stove and rhymes with robe. That's how the brand got me to remember it. So let me grab the pan and show you guys. I just have it as far back in the corner of my oven as it will go at 420 or 425, and it's just nothing's in it. It's in there, it's fine. It's just getting really hot, and that is gonna be an amazing vehicle for our chicken to land in. And then I'm gonna show you guys the chicken, but I'll show you the pan I'm using really quickly. So once you are Oh, thank you, Melissa. I think this is a 12-inch. I need to when I send the recording or when I post the recording, I'll be sure to say exactly how big this is. It doesn't totally matter. It could be a 10-inch, it could be a 13-inch. It just needs to fit your chicken. So if you have a huge chicken, you'll need a bigger pan. But I'm putting this back in for a little bit longer. And then last night, I did a quick video. I have this chicken, like, this is cracking me up. It's like sitting up. It's like a little baby. um, Last night I did a quick Substack. Okay, guys, really quick housekeeping thing. I don't know what happened with Substack. I was on support with them, but for some reason I attached the recipes like I always do, and people were having issues. If you try to access the recipes from the email I sent out, it won't work because you can't update something that's already in someone's email inbox. But Substack helped me fix the post on the Substack website. So go to the Substack app or the website and go to Smart in the Kitchen on Substack, and then those recipes will work. Let me know, Kathy, or no, who was having issues with the recipes? Kathy, it was you, I think. Let me know if you have any trouble when you go directly to the website or the app. You just can't go, sadly, you can't go to email and have them work because that ship has sailed. And I don't know why that happened. And I asked them if there was a better way to attach recipes, and they said that's the way. They don't know what happened. So I also have thought about, I don't know how many of you guys, because there's a lot of longtime loyal cooking class members on here. How many of you use Google Docs? Because I had a thought that we could start a Google Doc of recipes, and it could either be organized by month or it could be organized by like subject. So we could have chicken, vegetables in a Google Doc, all the recipes moving forward that I teach in these classes. If you guys would use that, let me know because Google Docs are so easy, right? Like I love Google Docs. I kind of live my life on Google Docs. So I think I'm going to start that. It's so easy to use you can easily set up a Gmail account. One more technology to learn, am I right? But I guess it's good for our brains. Okay, so on to the chicken. So I did save. Yeah, I can do a Google Doc tutorial. We could do that. Or honestly, you could Google how to use Google Docs. It's so easy. But we could kind of look at it together, or I could film a video kind of showing how it works. Okay, so in my Substack, this is saved, how to salt the chicken the night before. And I already did this once before I salted it, but the salt brings out so much moisture. This is kind of the key to this recipe. And Melissa has had this so many times in cooking classes. I don't know if any of you have been, hi Martha, in an in-person cooking class where we've made this recipe. It's always kind of surprising to people because it's like 3 ingredients: the chicken, the salt, some lemon, maybe a tiny bit of olive oil, and that's it. I am going to try to dry the inside too as much as possible. You can add a spice mix, and I'm going to show you guys a couple options. That's not a dumb question at all. I'm going to show you. Okay, I'm getting this as dry. And honestly, I'll tell you a funny story, Gracie, that I don't tell because it's embarrassing. But the first year The first year I hosted Thanksgiving, and I've hosted Thanksgiving for like so many years or made Thanksgiving, and I had just graduated from culinary school. I cooked the turkey upside down with the breast meat like down instead of up because I just was confused. And my sweet father-in-law, I think, was like, or maybe it was my husband, one of them were like, "You did it on purpose. You're trying to keep it like from drying out." I was like, "Yes, that's what I was doing." But so anyway, I'll give you a little tip. There's this little piece that's like the tailbone, and you can feel the spine and you can see the spine. That's the back. And then the breast meat is like slightly whiter on top, and the wings kind of like pop up. This is have you guys ever seen the Julia Child turkey video? This is kind of reminding me of the raw turkey she was throwing around. I'm kind of just putting these wingtips under so they won't get totally burned, and we'll stuff the inside with the lemon. So does that make sense? Spine, and you can feel it because that's little tailbone. Okay, so breast side up, grabbing a lemon. You just need one. I've also tried it with, you can roll with it. Hi, Paige. Um, you can roll with it. This is like a template. This is the blueprint for the basic. I'm just going to cut this in wedges and add it to the inside. So if you wanted to, you could add some rosemary inside. You could add some thyme. I've added like a head of garlic that I cut down the middle and put it inside the cavity of the chicken. You can play with it, but it's really honestly just so good like this. Okay, I'm squeezing the lemon and throwing it in. It just adds really good juice. I don't want all the lemon to run out, so I don't really want to lift it up like that. You can also do this carefully in the hot pan, but the pan is really hot that we're going to get up. So kind of squeeze it, try to keep it in there. I'm going to grab the pan and we'll just set this right on the pan. You don't have to put any olive oil in the pan because the pan is such a hot surface that the skin is basically the cooking fat. Oh, sure. I'll tell you guys about this. Let me I want to get the chicken in the hot for you. I've actually been loving this. Okay. So my pan is very hot. I'm just going to take the chicken, set it do you guys hear that? Set it any which way in there. And I'm going to put a little bit of my favorite olive oil, Old Country olive oil, which you can find online. Just going to put a little bit on top. Woo! Kind of spread it around. It'll just add more of a golden color. If you wanted to, you could put a little spice seasoning on here. We're just going to keep it plain. It's so heavy. I need 2 hot pads. Just don't forget you need hot pads when you're putting this back in. And then you guys push that in. I'll show you, Kathy. Push that in the pan to the farthest corner. And that's the great thing about having the handle is like you can push it way back. So this is Old Country olive oil. Kathy, she lives in Houston. And the olives are all grown on her grandmother's property in Lebanon, where she goes and harvests everything with family members and makes the olive oil and ships it to Houston to sell. It's really it's not acidic. It's really like mild and creamy and delicious. It's like fresh squeezed olive juice. So I love, there's so many great olive oils. There are some that aren't that great, but I do love this. You can find it online, Old Country olive oil. Okay. This gross chicken pan, I'm moving out of the way. So someone asked about this cutting board. I got it on Amazon. I was trying it's a composite wood board. So it's thin. Sorry, Old Country olive oil. not hill country. Oh, thanks, Melissa. I knew you were going to do that. So the thing I like about this is and I didn't have any raw chicken on it, but it can go in your dishwasher. So if you're using it for meat, it can easily go straight from prepping or cutting raw meat into your dishwasher. It's like recycled wood and wood pulp. It's a little bit harder on your knives. Like it's pretty heavy duty than like a soft wood board. But obviously, you guys know you cannot put your wood boards in the dishwasher. We should do a little. I actually really want to do, for years, I taught a class online called Kitchen Reboot. And now I only sell like recordings of it. But I was thinking that would be a fun extra class because I'm due to kind of reboot my own kitchen. But I was just thinking about that yesterday, or Melissa and I were talking about that. But you do not want to put your wood cutting boards in the dishwasher, and eventually you need to like re-oil them, clean them, dry them really well. And I can teach you guys. I always stand my wood boards up like this on the thinnest edge to dry because it's less likely to warp because it's drying evenly on both sides. And if you leave it like this, all the moisture is evaporating from the top. It's pulling the board up, which is why it warps. So if you dry them like this, they won't warp. I've had some of these cutting boards for so long and they're in great shape. So anyway, this is from Zwilling. It's in my Amazon shop. They have a bunch of different sizes. I think my other one is dirty that I use all the time, but it's great because it has a little suction so it doesn't slide around. I am like chatterbox. I think I'm like nervous about our new format, even though I've been teaching cooking classes for 25 years. So bear with me. Sorry, my chattering is going off the rails. Okay, next we are going to. So I'll show you guys what the chicken looks like when we're done with everything else. I'm not even going to set a timer because the time doesn't matter. The temperature matters. And we'll talk about that more later. Julie B is on my FaceTime. What does that mean, Melissa? Oh, she's trying to get on the class for today. If it doesn't work this time, she can watch the recording. Okay, so this came with my cutting board. You can always buy them on Amazon. And this is the insert, the stainless steel insert. We're going to put this in. This is also a great way to make hard-cooked eggs. I'm throwing in, what is the temp in the oven? Sorry. Okay, it's 425. So high heat. Temp in the oven for the sweet potatoes, do you mean? Could be the same. You could put them in together. I may have put 400 for the oven. Da, da, da. I said 400 for oven roasting, but you could totally do 425. Okay, the chicken's 425. But you like reheat that pan. If you forget to salt your chicken the night before and you still want to make it, that's okay. It'll still be good. I wouldn't put a tablespoon of salt. You can use convection if you want, and I wouldn't change the temperature. I would just check it after 40 minutes because it might go a little faster. But really quickly, if you forget to salt the chicken the night before, salt it in the morning if you can, and then brush any off that's like accumulated a thick kind of too much is on there. Like I just kind of brush it a little bit when I put the olive oil on it. And as I pat it dry with the paper towels, it never tastes too salty. But if you did it like right before, it wouldn't have a chance to like absorb into the chicken. So if you make this, I should put that note at the end and you forget to salt it overnight. Just use like a couple teaspoons of kosher salt all over, rub it with olive oil. It'll be delicious. Okay, so these guys I ordered online. I put a picture of this. I did this to show you. I knew as soon as I unloaded these that HEB sent me two different types of sweet potatoes. One is a garnet and one, I think this is a yam, but I need to go to the grocery store and fact check myself because I'm not totally 100% positive I'm right. I know this is a garnet, which is my favorite kind of sweet potato. It's like really sweet and soft when you cook it, which is what I asked for, but that's okay. It's hard to tell. They look similar. It's going to be good no matter what. So just use a fork, prick this all over. It's going to get so soft in the sweet potato. If you need to like cut off the end, like I don't think this is going to fit because it's long. You can cut it off and I'll put this on top. So we'll add this guy. And you don't have to peel these. Obviously, you can just do this and throw them in. And this is like so basic, but I like these just really plain. I love sweet potatoes. I have also a sweet potato, kind of a glazed sweet potato recipe in my cookbook if you guys haven't made it. Um, but I like them like this. So good. Okay, we're throwing these in, these little pieces. Now we're going to close the Instant Pot. Also, you guys, Smitten Kitchen has a recipe I love that's like a slow roasted sweet potato. You just have to plan, your timing correctly for dinner, or batch cook them, but they turn out really soft and delicious. Okay, so seal this. I'm actually going to move it over there so it's out of the way. And then I think it's like 20 minutes. Those are kind of big. I think we'll do 20 minutes and we'll see. Sometimes I have to clear it. Manual. I'm going to do this over there. It'll come up to pressure. It'll take about 10 minutes for the steam to come up, and then it starts to count down. And then you can kind of force the steam out carefully before you open it. I always put, after it beeps and it's done cooking, I put a like towel over the valve, open it, let it steam. And then you can open this safely because you'll know when it's safe because that little kind of pin will pop down. It like pops up as the pressure accumulates in the Instant Pot, and then it goes down when it's safe to open. But read the directions. Don't be afraid. I was afraid to use mine for so long after I got it. Okay, back on manual 20 minutes. So if those came out and you're like, this is boring, I want to do something, you could make like a little tahini and lemon and honey kind of sauce that you glaze on top. If you Google that, I know you'll find a million recipes, or like a little bit of hot honey and butter and salt and pepper would be delicious. I honestly love sweet potatoes just like plain. Okay, and then I know we're gonna make a salad while this chicken is cooking. I know that we have made super simple salad dressing. If you've been a member for a long time, we've made it so many times. But I thought it could be fun to show you guys how it turns out if you make it in like a mini blender. So normally I make it in this and just shake it up, and the directions are in the recipe. But if you make it in a like mini prep food processor, or this is like a small personal blender that I use for smoothies and whatnot, it gets kind of creamy because everything gets blended together. And then you can just put this lid on it and put it in the fridge. So let's do that and we can play around with it. And I'm going to let you guys kind of pick what we use because this recipe is such a template and you can use so many different types of vinegar, so many types of aromatics. So do you guys want to use garlic or shallot? And then we'll combine it with either apple cider vinegar. This is a French champagne vinegar. And this is a Spanish Albarino vinegar that I brought back from Spain. Okay, vote if you want to see. We have one vote for shallot. Thank you, Melissa. And then I have a bunch of ingredients out, and we're going to do like a choose your own. You guys are going to have to pipe up and tell me what you want for the salad. French champagne vinegar. Okay, I mean, this is so great, you guys. I got it at Central Market in Texas. So many of you are from Texas, but any gourmet market will have great champagne vinegar. And it'll just be a little lighter. Like these two, honestly, will be similar. The Albarino, look how light it is. I only have a little bit left. I brought this back in my suitcase from Madrid when I went. Okay, I'm gonna do the champagne vinegar because I have more of it. You could also do half and half. You could mix it up. So we don't have to, or you could also do some shallot and some garlic. So we're gonna get this going. You don't have to totally worry about chopping it super fine because we're gonna put it in this and